Okay, so the next step that I want you to do after you have done the list and you wrote down what your thoughts and feelings were with each one, and we have a good idea with what version and what core beliefs and statements and all of this stuff, your default settings you were identifying with. I want you to write that down. And now, well, let's take a page, and you fold it in two. Write down the um, negative beliefs, and like I felt unwanted, I felt unchosen, I felt unworthy, I felt like I didn't matter, I felt like I need to do work, I need to work for love, what's so freaking ever. And after you have done that, I want you to write the opposite statements in the opposite of the table that you done that writing. And then you can write in different affirmations by saying, I am affirmations, I am wanted, I'm loved, I'm healthy, I matter. Or you can use I am feeling loved, I'm feeling chosen, I'm feeling wanted. Whichever affirmations that you can use. Now remember, techniques do not manifest. They just realign us to remember ourselves, who we are. It does not manifest anything unless you identify or give it meaning or give a feeling drive state that it does. You can use whatever technique you like, and as long as it align and give you the feeling of satisfaction, naturalness, and making you feel better or good when you do it. When you do a technique, for example, you do affirmations, but you feel like you are doing it obsessively and it makes you feel worse, then I would suggest that you don't do it. Because for me, I don't say affirmations don't work, but the problem is with me, I over consume affirmations 24/7 because I wanted to shift my consciousness and saturated it by toxic positivity and enforcement, and it caused me to create anxiety in my body that I manifested illness with depression and anxiety. That's not how it should be. Yes, you should saturate your awareness with the new person or new version of yourself, but it's not supposed to be a force thing. You should not force yourself to saturate your mind with the new statement or whatsoever you want to experience. Again, techniques is a permission slip. It's a reminder or keeping you to turn back into the new version of yourself. So it's a reminder, it's an affirmation, a statement that it's already done. even if it's just affirmations, sats, if the people that don't know what is sats is state akin to sleep. It's one of my favorite techniques of all times because it's kind of actually simple. It is so easy to do. Okay, Neville Goddard talked about this, that you go, before you fall asleep, you imagine a scene and you see it vividly in first person from the version of the one that experienced the desired whatever, and then you fall in asleep into that state akin to sleep, in that state, that embodiment, that version of you that have already experienced that new reality. Now, state akin to sleep doesn't mean that you need to do it before you go to sleep. You can do it any time of the day. The purpose of the state akin to sleep is just to get into that calm state where you do breathing exercise to calm down your mind and your thoughts and your emotions. And before you go into the state when you imagine, is to clear your mind and your emotions and enter to the new imaginal scene so that you can create your new reality. So with that, always remember when you do techniques that you do it from the point of where you already have experienced it and that it is true right now. So if you want to be in a loving, committed relationship, you need to go to a year or two, whatsoever you would like to experience, that it's implying that you already are in that loving, committed relationship. Because remember, every intention that you set upon your mind, whether it's with an affirmation, an imaginal scene, you plant a seed, and that seed is unfolding into that new, that it has its own unfolding and breaching of incidents and circumstances, conditions that will unfold and bring you towards your end. And remember that this is not a sprint, this is a marathon, it's a journey. So I would want you to not think about the how it will come about or when it will come about. I only want you to focus on the end that you would like to experience. And what end is that? Go after the end. If it is marriage, think about 1 year anniversary, or someone congratulate you about your wedding that was so beautiful, or congratulating you that I'm so happy to see that you and your husband are married and finally you are together. Or imagine where you lay in bed seeing your wedding rings and how they maybe snore or what so freaking ever. Whatever end scene you want to use that imply that it's already done, and choose something that is natural about how your life or your story or your identification will be and how it would unfold. Remember, it's everything must feel natural to you. That is the of course it might not be natural to you as yet because you didn't experience something like this as yet, but just get into that state of end scene, that implying that you are living in the end in the most natural way, if I can say that, and feel how it would feel if you were already experiencing that version. Make then, now, there, here, right now, and just keep on choosing that new version of that new experience.